go, Barbados.
Alright everyone, this is If It Fits It Rips channel. The channel name was inspired by my good friend Levi. He made the name. Pretty much, we plan on opening our garage one day. I just wanted to claim the title now, obviously, because who knows from now if someone's going to claim it or not. So to begin with, this is my 2008 Volkswagen Passat. And what we did is, all I did so far was just an intake. But if you are watching this, you always read the title probably. It's removing the vacuum brake booster. And I had an oil leak coming from there, and it's leaking on the transmission and probably leaking on the harness, the wiring harness. But obviously that's not good. So I'm doing a video. I took the opportunity to do a video on it. And first what you need to do is take this cord right here off, and obviously it goes right to here. This is for an aftermarket intake. All you need to do is just push in, pull this tab out, and then it comes right off. Set it aside, and all I need to do is just remove the top. I need to remove the top bolt right here. Seems how I need to get the intake off, and all I need to do is just come over to this other side and remove this. It's kind of a pain, but all right, we got the intake off now. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to also take off the battery while I'm at it. Seems how it's kind of in the way. Yeah, it's going to be a 13 millimeter for the bracket on the battery bolt, and I'm gonna get an extension so it's a little bit easier on me. And I'm going to take the battery out of the car so it's a little bit easier to get to this this brake booster. All right, so as you can see right there where that little blue mark is on that bolt, or not the bolt, but the line, I have it zip tied right now because it's kind of in the way for the intake, but I'm going to just remove that. All you need to do is just pull back on it. It was a little only difficult for me for the fact that the the line was attached, but I'm going to take off the booster, but I had to find what size the I have to find what size the T torque bit is. But in the meantime, all I need to do is just take this little line right here off the that was kind of not necessary, but now this line is out of the way. I do have to figure out where all the bolts are located. It does seem like it's on a bracket of some sort, so it should not be that difficult. I'm going to clean up the leftover marks on it, or leftover oil stains. Looks like it's a T30 bit. But I should, I'm going to probably put a arrow indicator on where all the bolts are, but I'll probably end up showing you either way on where each one is located. Seems how they are kind of not the easiest. The top ones are kind of the easiest out of all of them. But I heard that the one on the all the way on the bottom is probably the difficult one. So it looks like it's an actual bolt of some sort. I'll show you whenever it's fully out of the car. I had to go back downstairs and rewatch the clip because the dude in the video did say it's an actual bolt, which kind of caught me off guard because I saw a nut on the bottom and I was like, oh, it should be this one. But due to him probably being a mechanic and me only going for 2 months, I think.
Be careful because the bracket's going to come off. You need a magnet? Don't drop it. There you go.
Oh, so
he said make sure.
She outside.
Yeah.
Let her back in. Come on, come here. Come outside. So it looks like it's an actual, see, as you can see, it's a whole entire bracket. It's keeping these two plastic parts in and then trying to protect this as well. I do need to clean that off just for the fact that it is. And it turns out that nut is actually a ground wire. So that's my own mistake, but I don't know if I can see it from here, but as you can see that there's a little tiny ground clip right there. So if you are actually taking this off, it is highly recommended to take the battery off now, because, yeah, I guarantee no one on this video really wants to shock themselves whenever they touch a ground wire instead of something else.
Did you get the bolt out?
Yeah. Screwdriver. Where to put it?
This one?
It's yellow.
Just be careful bringing it up. It should. Yep. Get it from the other side too. Yep.
Get it a rag, please. And clean the dirty one. There should be one over there behind me. So, as you can see, this is absurdly leaking oil all over it. And
Well, it said on the video too that
the gasket is the main cause from what I'm seeing.
Usually goes bad. Yeah.
So I'm gonna real quickly wipe down
Wow,
just
look at all that oil.
the inner right here. Preferably, well, we don't really have a lot of clean rags at the moment, but just kind of wipe it down with something just to get it out of the way and get the small amount of oil that you have on the ground or in here. But seeing as how my dad has clean hands, he's gonna kind of like sort of zoom in and show you the mass amount of oil that's in there. So as you can see down there, it's just leaking nothing but a lot of oil. And it is quite an issue because as you can see right here, it's all over the bracket, it's all over the wiring harness, and oil can rot away on the, eat away at the wiring harness. And pretty sure it's every car guy out there leaking oil on a main component, and especially if it involves electricity, 2 and 2 do mix too well. So I'm gonna stop recording right here and just clean up the oil that I have, because it looks like there is a good amount of fresh oil on there. So I'm just gonna take a moment to clean it up and I'll be back with you. So whenever you're about to put the part back in, it is recommended to put oil around the seal so it seats properly. And especially if you look inside right there, or right here, obviously you can see this. It's nice and loose so it can move around in the engine, obviously. But if you look over here, you have to line the inside of that camshaft right there. As you can sort of see inside, and you have to align the gears inside of the part with that, or else it won't seat properly. But I'll show me just putting it back in, and all I need to do is just line this up right here, and I need to readjust so it marries up.
You get it in with where the bolts are supposed to be. Get everything lined up. So it won't go in unless it's lined up properly, the gear. So Jake's just taking his time and lining it up. There you go, seats right in.
All right, and I'm gonna keep this yellow tip on right now, just in the meantime. But I'll start screwing this back into place. So.
You got it? Just start it.
And obviously it's only recommended to start the screws, because you don't want to tighten everything down and then you get a little too far and you're like, oh, bolts are stripped, and no one enjoys seeing that.
Does that slide in properly?
Yeah.
Okay. And you got that one long bolt for the bottom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You gotta put your bracket back up correctly.
All right, I don't know torque specs, so I call it at least one ugga dugga, and seems how most car people understand what I'm talking about. Also, whenever you're doing this installation, be as careful as possible. Not just that, make sure all of the oil that's seeping out of here is completely dried up, or if it's not, not in that way, get all the accessible areas of the leaking oil cleaned up as much as you can. If you can't get to certain areas, just make sure it's not dripping all over the place or it's a puddle. If it is a puddle, make sure to clean that up immediately. So, and then we're gonna plug this back into place like so. Just do a slight little pull on it just to make sure it's safe in place. And I'll start the car for you guys after I stop recording right here. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit more, or as much as I can, just to get some of the stuff out of the way. Obviously, make sure to take this yellow clip off and reattach it. But I'll see you guys whenever I'm done putting everything back in. I'll try to start it back up whenever we get back to it. All right, as you see, this piece also needs to come off. So all you really need to do is just give it a little tug. It's this little piece, clean it up as much as you can, and just put it on the new one whenever you take the yellow cap off. All right, everything's back together. I'm gonna start up the car, and my dad is filming right now, so he's gonna just look in there, and he'll look in with the camera as well, just to see. I did add a little bit of oil. I have to let it run tomorrow because this car's kind of finicky with its oil levels. I'll put not even a quart in, and it'll go from min to max, which is stupid, but all right.